Welcome back, you lovely bunch. How you doing? A rolling intro today because, well, it's cold and I've got to keep warm. Ooh, I can barely speak. I can barely get that sentence out there. But whilst it is a tad nippy, I mean, it's not the worst day. I mean, look at it. It's December and it's pretty blooming lovely. I'm not going to lie. But yeah, winter and winter motivation. Meh, big mess of winter. Unless you live like somewhere really hot that doesn't actually get a winter, you know. But I mean, on a day like today, not the worst. The last few days have been pretty grim, pretty wet. There's 1,000 vlogs of how to stay motivated in winter. Today, we're just going to add to that, but I'm going to give you my winter, like, motivational tips, which will be better than other people's. Definitely they'll be better. So I'm going to give you my winter motivational tips today, and they're amazing. There'll be lots of, like, helpful tips on getting yourself out there and riding and keeping that, like, drive throughout the winter. Because honestly, it's a bit hard, isn't it? Let's have a little pedal, and I'll check in with you in a bit. Right, my first tip, probably the hardest to implement, but like definitely the most efficient. Just getting out there. Like, if the weather's bad, if it's cold, if you're not feeling it, stop the faffing and just go out and ride. Like, if you want to go ride, just get on with it. You're never going to regret, right, going for a ride. Well, not often. Do you know what I mean? You'll regret not going for a ride. So essentially, why not just get out there and do it? And quite often, we all know that when you sit there looking out the window thinking like, it might brighten up later on, you're probably looking at the best part of the day, and the longer you spend faffing, well, the worse the weather's going to get. And then when you do go out, you're going to get wet or cold or both. But like I say, you very seldom regret like going out for a ride when it's bad weather. Like, you know, you get that like real good sense of satisfaction because you've done it. And then what's the alternative? Sitting inside. You're not going to feel great about that. So that's my tip. Just get out there, no matter what the weather is, get your winter gear on, just go and enjoy it. I mean, maybe enjoy it, but you feel good having done it. I have to interrupt, right, this like vlog with a bit of nature. Look at this giant squirrel. I really hope I can sneak there. I'm going to put my bike down. Right, I'm going to give you a Dave eye view. Look, look at this little chap. He's just there. I don't know if you saw him, but he was blooming huge. That was a fat squirrel. Well, actually, whilst we're here, I might as well chat to you about my tip number 2. I've got all mud in my teeth. That's kind of part of tip number 2. So one of the downsides to riding in winter is, right, it ruins your bike. It makes you dirty, it makes you muddy, and like, and I mean, look at this, look. I don't know why I chose to ride in like white shoes and white socks. Well, I do know why I chose that. It's all part of the thing, right? And the thing is, right, feeling like a badass. Like, basically like riding Parry Bay when you come back and you're covered in mud and your face is all dirty, and which does link to my first like tip, essentially. Like, you go out there, you get really wet, you get a bit muddy. There's nothing wrong with that. Like, I mean, let's be honest, right? Your skin's waterproof, your bike's like gonna have the mud wash off of it, and personally, I don't mind getting a bit dirty. It makes me feel like quite satisfied. So like, embrace the dirt, that's what I'm saying. And but do clean your bike. And if you want tips cleaning your bike, I'll put a link down below to my bike cleaning vlog. There we go. But yeah, embrace the dirt, tip number 2. There we go. Some good tips, right? I think so. Do you want to look at a horse? Yo, horse. That's Stanley the stallion. Right, let's crack on. I'm cold and muddy, but motivated, see? I'm out here getting it done. You knew that was coming, right? I mean, that's number 3. Has to be number 3, you know? You've gone out in bad weather, you're a bit cold. You just need to have a calf stop, a nice cup of coffee, a nice warm drink, hot chocolate, coffee, tea, whatever it is that you fancy, and a cake. Or not a cake, a pasty, a sausage roll, anything. But that's what you need, I think. But if you are stopping to have a coffee on a cold day, remember to take some layers off when you go inside, you know, because well, you're going to freeze when you go back outside, you know, but there is nothing better than a nice warm coffee and a cake on a cold day. I mean, that's a complete lie. I mean, there's a lot of things that are better than that, to be honest, you know. I can think of quite a few things that I prefer to a coffee and a cake on a cold day. But that coffee and that cake make that day more bearable. We might as well roll straight in with tip number 4, actually, because this is quite important, I think. Winter's the time of base miles, right? And you're meant to do all these like really long rides and get like that kind of base fitness up. But it's the worst time of year to ride. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't want to say I'm not going to do it. I mean, I get why you do it. It's just a shame that like the time that you like embark on all this like mega mileage is the worst time of the year to ride. So if you're doing these winter rides and the weather's really bad and you're kind of not feeling it to start with, don't just go crazy. You don't have to plan these like mega epic like 17-hour rides. I mean, let's be honest. If you get out there in the winter for an hour or 2 hours, like that is better than doing nothing at all. I mean, hell, if you get out there for like 30 minutes, that's still better than not getting out there at all. Yeah, so I'd say set like realistic, manageable goals. Look, every ride doesn't have to be epic. Every like Sunday ride doesn't have to be mega. Look, there's people. I want to go and chase them. Yeah, but that's my tip, you know. My goal for today is catch them people over there. I mean, they're all probably like 70, but like, gonna do it. Also, let me know your tips as well. I need to know your tips because I also struggle to get motivated in the winter. I mean, I'm lucky. I can ride like during the day. It's not really the case for a lot of people. So I certainly can't complain like about having the time to ride. But sometimes I do struggle to get out there as well. Right, let's go catch these chaps. Cool, they're flying. Okay, so here's another good tip. You know, when you get out there, it might not actually be as bad as you thought. I mean, I'm basically like 2 hours into my ride and it's actually quite nice now. I mean, it's a bit late, but I mean, essentially that kind of like ruins point 1 because if I'd have spent longer procrastinating, I'd have got to enjoy more sunlight. Damn it. But at the end of the day, you never know. The rain might stop, the clouds might part, and it might be a lovely day. I mean, it might not, but if you don't go out there because you think it's grim, you'll never know. You're not going to regret doing it. You're just going to regret not doing it. We're going to roll home and I'll give you my last tip. Alright, well, proper mixture of weather today. Oh my god, it's so bright I can't sit there. Everything. It rained, it was sunny, it was cold, it wasn't warm, let's be honest, it really wasn't warm today. So my final tip, right, this might not apply to everyone, but I personally find this quite handy. Like, it's about getting your kit and everything ready the day before. I mean, I'm quite lucky, right? I've got all my kit set up here. So in the morning, it's really easy. Like, I have my bike that I want to ride, I have my kit that I want to wear, and I'll actually get out like the bib shorts or the like tights that I want to wear. I'll get out the jersey and I'll put them like right at the front of my little row. I don't have to think about anything. I literally just put the clothes on, get my bike and go out for a ride. This is all great in theory, but actually what happens is I don't even get into this room and I faff about for hours and then I never actually leave. But when I do finally leave, my kit's all like prepared. So like, I don't know, if you're going out on an early ride, just get it ready the night before. It's a good habit to get into. So that is my winter motivation kind of get out there and ride tips. Let me know if you've got any tips down below. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys very soon. Bye.